It always amazes me what stories the news chooses to focus on. For instance, recently they chose to focus on the very important story that Americans might not have enough avocados, instead of focusing on other stories. Like this one, India just blew up a satellite. Yeah, that's right, the country India just blew up a satellite in space. Experts say they launched a little one up there themselves about a month ago just so they could test out their anti-satellite missile. And they did it, just launched a rocket at it and boom, blew it to smithereens. Now the news might want to report that story considering that's no small feat. I mean, avocados are very important, but so might be the fact that India now has the technology to blast another country's satellites into smithereens if it doesn't like what they're doing. I mean, we've blasted a satellite, and Russia and China both say they've done it. But that's it, until now, because now India just did it. Now you might be thinking, no, an avocado shortage is still really important in comparison. And I get it, I really do. Screw that Green New Deal stuff and all that stuff about sourcing food locally. We're Americans, and we need our Mexican avocados. I get it, news. But guess what? There's more to the India blowing up a satellite story. India said they conducted the test in the lower atmosphere to ensure the smithereens didn't knock into other satellites or craft orbiting around up there. The smithereens were supposed to be low enough to decay in orbit and fall back onto Earth, burning up upon re-entry within weeks. But that's not what NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine says happened. No, he says that 24 of the smithereens are actually now 250 miles above the International Space Station and pose an unacceptable threat to the astronauts, calling it a terrible, terrible thing. All in all, NASA is tracking 60 smithereens that are at least 6 inches, and they say there could be plenty of smaller ones. So that's another part of the story. Not to mention that first part of the story again about how India can now blow up satellites. I mean, to me, that's a little more important than an avocado shortage, especially one that hasn't actually happened. Makes you wonder how they choose those stories they want to focus on now, doesn't it? Who knows? Maybe it's because they want to keep us sedated with avocado toast or other trends, so we don't freak out too much about satellites being blown up. Now that would make a good story.